Hello friends, welcome to the next video of DBMS Practical lecture series. In this video we are going to cover group by having an order by clause in detail, and we will be using them with the aggregate operations. So you must watch the aggregate functions video first so that you can easily understand the group by having an order by clause. So let's start. So first of all, we have the definition for the group by clause. It is just like the select clause, but here we are grouping the rows which have the same value. Means unlike select operation that works on a single data, here we are selecting the group of rows having the same values. It is often used with the aggregate functions like count, max, min, sum, average, etc. So here for our example we are going to take this as the input table, where we have the information about the books issued to a particular roll number, and one roll number may have multiple books issued to it, and the fine of book means if the student has not returned the book or deadline exceeded, then they may have to pay the fine. So we can perform multiple analysis depending on the basis of multiple groups. So possible groups, here we can say that we can also group by fine, but that's not logical because it is not going to drive any information. So we can extract the information like maximum number of books issued to a roll number, or the book issued to maximum students, or the maximum fine for one student, or the maximum fine per book. So you can extract the information by grouping the data on the basis of roll number or book. Okay, so next we have the having clause. So by select operation we were using where clause, select this, where this. So where you were mentioning the selection criteria. Same way with the groups, you cannot use the select clause, where clause. So with groups you need to use the having clause. So having clause will be used with the group by and order by clause just to mention the conditional expression. Okay, like we were using with the where clause. So it is like where clause, but it is used with group by and order by clause. It is applied to table database where there is a need to filtering the aggregate result. Means we are filtering the aggregate result with the help of group by and order by clause. Similarly, we can perform the we can add the conditional expression with the help of having clause. I think it is clear to you. It will be more clear when we start doing the practical. Next we have the possible groups, as we discussed, are for roll number and books. Now what having clause can do, it can select the books issued to a student where the count of the book is greater than equal to 2, or we can have any other condition with having clause, or we can find out the sum corresponding to a roll number. Means the sum of the fine that a student have to pay can be calculated with the help of sum aggregate operation with the having clause, but this time we need to group the result with roll number. Means one roll number is appearing suppose 3 times, here 22 is appearing 3 times, then we need to perform the sum operation for the fine of roll number 22. Okay, so all these 3 values will be summed up for calculating the fine of a roll number, and we will select only those entries where the fine is greater than equal to 200. Okay, similarly here we will be performing, for this first operation we will be performing the count of book group by roll number. Okay, so where the count of the book is greater than equal to 2, we are going to select only those records where the count of book is greater than equal to 2. So similarly you can extract so many kind of information, so many analysis can be performed with the help of group by and having clause. And next we are going to discuss about the order by clause. It is used to simply sort the data in ascending or descending order based on one or more columns. Means we can perform the ascending or descending operation depending on the basis of one column or two or more columns. So here the default is ascending order. Means if you are simply mentioning order by roll number, so it will simply display the data. Means whatever condition you are putting with heavy clause, or whatever group by operation you are performing, or simple selection or where clause, so it will be going to select the roll number in ascending order. it will display the records in the ascending order of roll number. But if you want to change the result to descending order, then you can use DESC, means instead of ASC you need to write DESC. We never require to write ASC because it is the default case. If you are not writing anything, then it is already in ascending order. But if you want to change it to descending order, then you need to mention DESC, right? So let's start with the practical implementation. Here again we are going to use two windows, one to display the result. So this is our table, means for which we are going to perform analysis. So this is our table. So let's start with the order by clause first, because that is much easier than group by and having clause, although they are also easier. So this is our table. Select star from the library. So this time now we are going to select the complete table but order by roll number. Okay, you can see the roll numbers are not in any order, means not in ascending, not in descending. So if we select, if we are performing the selection operation like select star from library order by roll number, then we are going to get the roll numbers in ascending order, and accordingly all rows are sorted in ascending order. Means not only this column, complete row will be sorted. As 11 is with mass and find 230, so it will be the first row in the resultant table. Right. So now if we want to sort the result in descending order, you can also mention ASC, but it's not going to make any changes because we are already getting the ascending order without even mentioning this clause. Okay. So now if you want the result in descending order, then in that case you need to write DESC. So it will give the result or change the result to descending order. But here you need to notice that if we have multiple roll numbers in the table, like here 44 is appearing 2 times, then we have 33 appearing 2 times and 22 is appearing 3 times, then the fine are not in sorted order. Like here for 22, as we have the first entry of 22 with fine 201 and the second entry of 22 is with fine of 120. So we are getting the result in exactly the same order of the rows, that is how they are stored in the actual table. So the fine is not sorted, not in sorted order. You can also perform the order by clause with one or more column as we have just discussed. So if you want to sort the result in ascending order by roll number, and next I want to sort the result in the ascending order of fine. Okay, so firstly the sorting will be performed on the basis of roll number. Next sorting will be performed on the basis of fine. Here you can check that 22, all the records with roll number 22 are appearing in exactly the same order as they were appearing in the actual table. So they are not the fine is not sorted in any order, means not in ascending, not in descending order. So if you want to sort the fine for a particular roll number in ascending order, means if the roll number is same, so this condition will be checked, means fine will be performed for the sorting operation only in the case if roll number is same. Okay, if we have distinct roll number, means like 33 is appearing above than the 22, so there is no sorting of fine within these two roll number 33 22, 44 33. So there will be no sorting of fine for these two roll number. But yes, now we can sort first by roll number, and then if the roll numbers are same, then the fine will be sorted, means records will be sorted on the basis of fine. And as we have not mentioned anything like ASC or DESC, so the default order is going to be ascending. So here the roll numbers are also sorted by ascending order because we have not mentioned anything. And secondly, fine is also sorted in ascending order. As you can check here, in the prior result we were having the order same as the actual table 201, 120, 300, but this time we are having the order in fine is appearing in the ascending order, right? So this is the difference, or how you can choose the sorting by multiple columns. Next, if you want to change the order of find, means I want to sort the result in ascending order of roll number but descending order of find. Okay, now this time the roll numbers are sorted in ascending order and the find is sorted in descending order if the roll number is same. So for 22, this time, as in earlier result, we were having find as 120. You can check, the find is 120, 201 and 300, means in ascending order, but this time the find is appearing in the descending order, 300, 201 and 120, right? You can also make the selection, means ascending or descending order selection for the first column as well. Like here I want to sort the roll number with descending order. Okay, so you can have the ascending descending selection for both columns or one or more columns. So here roll number will also be sorted in descending order and then we will have the find sorting in descending order. So here is the result, 44 is appearing first, then we have 33 and then we have the entry of 22. That too, if the roll numbers are same, then find will be sorted in descending order. Okay, so this was the case of order by clause. Next, let's try to group the result. Suppose I want to select the total count of books. So this is our basic aggregate operations that we have already covered. I want to count the book from library. Okay, so total count is 8, means total we are having 8 rows and 8 books are issued. We may have duplicate books, so I want to group the result in the order of books, means I want to count the book. I want the count of every book issued to any of student. Okay, so here we can perform the selection like count book from library. This time I want to group the result, group by book. Okay, so here we got the result, means we are having one book issued one time, another book issued 2 times, one more book issued 2 times, or we can say that 3 books are issued 2 times and 2 books are issued only 1 time. And if you also want to list the name of the book along with their count, means how many time a book is issued, you can also write here like this, select book comma count this. So we can say that data structure book is issued 1 time, digital electronics book is issued 1 time, maths is issued 2 times, similarly Oracle and DBMS are issued 2 times. So here with the group by clause we got the count of a group, like maths book is appearing 2 times in the library table and issued 2 times. Similarly, if you try to project the roll number along with this result, then you are going to get an error, because we are writing book here, only book here, because we are performing group by operation with roll number. Okay, but if you try, we are performing group by operation with the book, but if you try to list the roll number in the result, then you are going to get the error, because you may have different roll number for 2 maths book. Similarly, you may have different roll number for 2 Oracle books, 2 different roll number for DBMS. So it will be ambiguous for the database to list the roll number along with your selection. Okay, so here we will be getting error, because roll number cannot be mentioned with the book, because roll number may be different for a group. Okay, we may have 2 roll numbers for 1 maths book and another roll number for second maths book. So we cannot list a roll number with the group by clause, but yes, we can list the book name, because book name is same per group, means one group is having one book name, is going to have one book name. So we can list the book name along with the count. Right, I think this concept is clear. Next, let's try to list. If you want to list the roll number, then you need to perform the group by operation with roll number. Now I want to list the count of book, means number of books issued to a particular student. Okay, so here is the result. Means for roll number 22, 22 got 3 books issued, 44 got 2 books issued, 1 for 11, and 33 is having 2 books. So here with roll number, if we are performing the group by operation with roll number, you can list roll number directly in the result, because the group, for a group, roll number is going to be one entity. For another group we have different roll number, like 22 is same for all these 3 books, 44 is same for these 2 books. Okay, similarly we can also select the count, sum of the fine. Means suppose I want to select the fine, means I want to check the fine of a student by roll number, means fine of every student, this time group by roll number. So we will be getting the fine summed up for a particular roll number, means all the fine of 22 roll number will be summed up, and all the fine of roll number 44, all the fine of 11, all the fine of roll number 33 will be summed up, and you can see the result per student. So here we can have the analyzed result, like 22, roll number 22 is having 3 books issued with a fine of 621, and 44 is having 2 books issued with a fine of 280. Right, now let's try to use the having clause with group by clause. So if I want to select the details of the student with having 2 or more book issued, okay, so I can change the query like this: group by roll number, or we can say that from library having count of book greater than equal to 2. Okay, so this time we are performing a condition, adding a condition. We are adding a condition to our result, means we want to select, or we want to check the details of only those students who have got 2 or more book issued from the library. So here we have simply put the having clause, like having is just like the where clause, but here having is applied with the order by, group by, and aggregate operations. So when we are performing some group operation, only then we can use the having clause. We cannot use having with the select operation, and similarly we cannot use where clause with the group by clause. So here to add the condition like selection criteria, we were adding with the where clause. With group by you need to have the having clause. So here we have added the condition having the count of book, means the student who have got 2 or more book issued must be listed here. So here we got the desired result, means this row is exempted from the result this time, because roll number 11 is having only 1 book issued to his name. So we are getting all other records where the count of book is greater than equal to 2. Okay, similarly you can perform any other operations, like if I want to sort the result, means I am having group by. Now I am also interested in sorting the result, means I want to perform the sort order by roll number. So this will sort the result in this in the ascending order of roll number. So here we are getting the same 3 records with group by and having clause, but this time we have also used the order by clause to sort the result in the ascending order of roll number. So here is the result. Now you can let's try to add some other having clause. Some fine from library having, suppose I want to see the details of the student having fine greater than 300. Okay, having sum of fine greater than equal to 300. So all those students will be listed with their count of book issued and the fine and the total fine of the student, where the fine means the fine per student, not per book. So we are not talking about the 1 book fine, we are talking about fine per student. So 22 is having a fine of 621 with 3 books. Here you may also get this book, this record listed here, because this 33 is having the fine of 410. Now let's check the fine of 11. So 11 is not going to be listed here because fine of 11 is less than 300. So we are putting the condition of selection, means with having clause where the fine is greater than equal to 300. So here are the, not a single group by. So I also removed the group by clause from library. Having cannot be used, as you can see, having cannot be used without the group by clause. Group by, this time also we are grouping the result with roll number, having sum of fine greater than 300. Okay, so this is the result. We have grouped the result on the basis of roll number, and we are performing the selection with having clause where the fine per student, means fine of a student, if the fine of student is greater than 300, only then the result will appear in the resulting table. Okay, so here is the brief about these clause, sum, group and fine. These clause are very useful when you are performing certain analysis and you will be working with real time applications. Then you need to use these group by and having clause many times. So that's it for this video. Hope you learned something from this video, and this video would be of some help for you. So see you in the next video. Till then, bye and take care.